Archaeologist had just escaped the cave when he discovered something strange. The day had turned into night. Oddly enough, he had only entered the cave behind him for less than a minute, and the dog that should have been guarding the entrance was nowhere to be seen. When he found his car, he was even more baffled. Not only was the once brand new car covered in rust, but weeds had even grown inside it. At first, Jack thought someone was playing a prank on him, but the yellowed work ID indicated that the car had been parked there for many years. Moreover, there was an additional car nearby. Later, he found a student's backpack in the car. It was clear that his student had entered the eerie cave in search of him. Left with no choice, Jack had to return to that cave. He dropped glow sticks along the way to leave a trail for the student. At that moment, one of the glow sticks he threw surprisingly floated in midair. This bizarre sight instantly stunned Jack. He carefully reached for it, only to find that the glow stick kept moving forward. Then, after passing through the air wall, it fell to the ground. Although the situation was strange, Jack had no room to retreat at this point. However, what he never expected was that during his first time passing through the air wall, 3 days had already passed outside. Jack's students, realizing he hadn't returned, borrowed a car to search for the professor in the mountains. When they arrived at the location, they only found a rope next to a dilapidated car. Following the rope, they discovered a cave. They determined that the professor must have entered from there. After leaving the timid fat boy above to provide support, they repositioned the rope and began entering the cave. They quickly sensed the existence of the air wall. At first, no one paid attention to it. Just as two girls were about to enter the cave to search for someone, a horrifying scream suddenly echoed from deep within the cave. Frightened, they hurriedly tried to return to the entrance, but the rope broke at that moment. They thought it was a prank by Fat Boy, who was guarding outside, so they didn't think much of it. They continued searching for traces of the professor inside the cave, but they eerily found Fat Boy's corpse. Through the camera left behind by Fat Boy, they were shocked to discover Fat Boy had been waiting for them outside the cave for a whole year. Unable to bear it any longer, he decided to enter the cave to find them. Unexpectedly, the rope suddenly snapped. Suspicions arose as they clearly remembered having entered the cave just a few minutes ago. Seeing the constantly changing light at the cave entrance, Anna decided to climb out barehanded to investigate, but halfway up, she felt the air constantly changing. When she struggled out of the cave entrance, she saw that the once lush forest had turned into a desolate wasteland. The next second, Anna suddenly witnessed a terrifying scene. A strange triangular building was floating in the sky.